Welcome to this section on ISO 27001. I'm Emmanuel, and today we are going to break down Annex A 5.9. Now, this focuses on inventory information and associated assets. Now, I will explain this requirement to you, what it means, why is it important, and how can you effectively implement it. Plus, I will share some key insights to help you to succeed in your ISO 27001 certification process. Now, let's dive in. What does ISO 27001 Annex 5.9 means? Now, this controls requires organizations to maintain an inventory of information and assets, including the assigned owners. Simply put, you need a structured asset register that documents all critical assets used within your ISMS. Now, when we talk about assets register, we are saying that it's just like a spreadsheet or a database that lists each of the assets, the purpose, and the owner. And when we are talking about these assets, we are talking about the softwares you are using, the hardwares, the building, everything forms part of this asset. Now, why does this matter? Because you can't protect what you don't know exists. A well-maintained inventory ensures that assets are properly tracked, they are secured, they are managed throughout their life cycle, from where we acquire it to where we dispose of them, we manage them. Now, what are the types of assets that you need, or the types of assets registered that you need? Now, for ISO 27001, you need several types of asset inventories. Now, let's go through some of them. We need a physical and a virtual assets register. Now, the physical and a virtual assets register includes all hardware and virtual components that store, process, or transmit data within your system. Examples: your physical assets are your servers, your laptops, your mobile devices. Your virtual assets are your virtual machines, your containerized applications, your cloud storage, or the software that you are using. A key point that you should know that virtual assets can appear and disappear quickly. So your inventory should support real-time basis, meaning that at every time the inventory that you have, you need to be able to have time that is associated with it. 2, data assets register. This is particularly important for compliance with data protection regulations like GDPR, CCPA, or other privacy laws. A data inventory should document 1, where the customer data is stored, 2, who has access to it, 3, how is it protected? Are the data encrypted? Are there access controls in place? And you need to make sure that you're documenting all down. Many organizations track only personal data, but ISO requires you to inventory all critical business data, not just personal information. So you should realize there are differences between the personal data and the business data. The personal data can relate to information that is related to people. The business now involves what kind of products that you are using to be able to make the products that you are providing. So you need to be able to make sure that all those business data are also protected. Then the 3, we have software license inventory. ISO 27001-2022 introduced intellectual property protection, which includes software license. Your organization must track all software applications in use, ensure the license comply with the vendor agreements, and prevent unauthorized or outdated software that could pose security threats. Now, your inventory licensing should avoid legal issues and ensure that software remains supported and they are patched regularly. Now, what are some of the common mistakes in asset inventory management? While you are implementing your asset inventory, many organizations run into some mistakes. Now, some key ones that I've noted: 1, not including all their assets. If any asset isn't in your inventory, you can't secure it. So you need to make sure that you know all the assets that are in your environment. Missing assets could lead to blind spots in security. So always have noticed that failing to update the inventory. Now, assets register should be living documents. When we say it's a living document, it needs to be updated because there are changes that are occurring every day and it needs to be updated regularly. Then you need to be able to assign assets to former employees or reassign assets to employees who quit their jobs. When employees leave, their assigned assets must be reallocated or removed from the register. Otherwise, you risk unmonitored access. And remember that we talked about it, that all assets need to have an owner. Then overcomplicating the process. Keep it simple. If your organization already has an asset management system, integrate it instead of creating redundant processes. Simplicity ensures consistency, and it also helps to be able to reduce errors. Now, how to ensure compliance, or how do you meet the requirements? Now, these are the best practices. I have a few here. You need to be able to maintain a comprehensive inventory of your physical, your virtual, your data, and your software assets. Remember, maintain a comprehensive inventory. When we say comprehensive inventory, we are talking about making sure that the inventory you have, it makes sense. Where are they located? What is the name of the asset? What is the version? When was it updated? Everything that has to do with the asset, you need to have those information. Assign ownership for each asset to ensure accountability. Keep assets registers up to date, especially for dynamic virtual assets. And you need to be able to implement the security controls. Now, why are we saying that? We are saying that because if you implement security controls, it protects the assets. That's why you are applying encryption, access management, and putting in those measures. Now, these steps prepare you for an audit, and it strengthens your overall security posture. So if you are able to put these best practices in place, you realize that your system, one, is secured, and also you are in line, or you are in compliance with ISO 27001. Now, if you found this helpful, check out our other tutorials for more practical insights into ISO 27001 compliance. See you in the next class.